Standing in their way are Thames Valley, their sole remaining challengers. Can the Tigers tame the Bears and keep their title hopes alive? Or will Worthing emerge as English basketball's #1? Good evening, we're at the John Nike Leisure Centre in Bracknell for the big game of the season, without doubt. Alongside me, Kevin Cadle, England, Great Britain, Guildford coach, and quite an atmosphere building up here, Kevin.
Hey, it's a great atmosphere. There's 150 people that came in from Worthing itself. Bracknell is usually sold out. This is going to be a great atmosphere.
And there's the Carlsberg League trophy, which could lead to some major celebrations this evening. In the Worthing dressing room now, the players just about to go out on court. There's Mike Spade, and down there with them all is our man Dan Lloyd.
Yes, Simon, we're in the locker room tonight here with Worthing Bears, one of the biggest games of the season, with two of the key players, Colin Irish and Cleve Lewis. First, Colin, 2 weeks ago you told our viewers that this was the game you're going to be looking forward to. Do you think you guys can take the title tonight's game?
Oh, yes, I think we can. We've had a slip-up last time that we met, and we're out for revenge tonight, and I think we're going to do the job.
Good. And Cleve, you've paid your dues playing for Oldham and Hemel Hempstead the last couple of years. Now you're poised to take the league title. How do you feel about tonight's game?
I feel pretty good. I feel that this is what we've played for all season, and you know, it comes down to this ball game. We're going to go out and do the business.
Cleve Lewis, Colin Irish, and Kevin, you've been picking out exactly how these two lock in together.
These two have formed a combination of a dynamic duo. Irish to Lewis, Lewis to Irish. Lewis, he is the #1 point guard, I think, in the game right now. He's having a great season for Worthing, and Worthing is having a great season with him as a point guard. Mr. Irish, with his Charles Barkley type physique, he's playing good basketball, he's playing great team basketball, and he's playing physical, tough basketball, which has complemented the Worthing style this season.
Well, now looks to get the Thames Valley Tigers, the two you picked out, Nigel Lloyd and Mike Obaseki.
Mr. Mike Obaseki, he puts the ball into the basket, underneath the basket better than anybody in the game of basketball in Britain. He's a jumper, he's a dunker, and he's a magnificent shot blocker. Nigel Lloyd, body control. He is the Baryshnikov of the British game. Moves galore, body control, finesse. He knows how to put the ball in the basket, and he's the spiritual and mental leader for the Bracknell Thames Valley Tigers.
And Dan Lloyd's with them now.
With me are Nigel Lloyd and Mick Betts, coach of the Thames Valley Tigers. First, Nigel, last chance for the Tigers tonight. How are the players approaching tonight's game?
We had a good practice this week, and we're approaching the game very seriously. It's a good chance to play a competent team and prove to ourselves that we can compete with them at any level. I had a word with Lester James today, and he's ready.
That's good. And Mick, again, as I say, last chance for the Tigers tonight. What's the game plan?
Game plan is just to play hard for 40 minutes. We played 2 games against Guildford recently, and we just played for 30 minutes and let up for 10 minutes, and we lose the game. So tonight, if we play for 40, we'll be all right.
Okay, well, good luck.
And there's the league table, and basically it's a simple format. The Thames Valley Tigers have to win tonight, and for them to win the title, Worthing have got to lose 3 out of their last 4 games. If that happens and Thames Valley beat them the 2 times they're playing, including tonight and next week, then they're there. There's the previous meeting in October. The only defeat for Worthing this season, 1,200 there, 200 locked out, a magnificent night. And top scorers Colin Irish for Worthing and Lloyd for Thames Valley Tigers. Now let's hear the starting 5s.
And now the starting 5 for the Worthing Bears. At number 5, from Mississippi State University, one of the toughest players in the league, 6'9", Calpatrick Wells. Wearing number 6 at guard, 6'4", Steve Nelson. number 8, 6'10" center, one of the top rebounders in the league, Mike Spade. At number 10, from Fresno State University, 6'5", Cleve Lewis. At the other forward, Great Britain international, 6'6", wearing number 14, the one and only Colin Irish. And the player coach of the league-leading Worthing Bears, one of the finest players to grace the English game, 6'7", wearing number 7, Alan Cunningham. And now the starting lineup for your Thames Valley Tigers. Wearing number 8, at guard, a member of the 1991 Great Britain World Student Games team, 6'2", Nick Cook. Wearing 10, the Carlsberg League's top scorer for 92, the coach's player of the year and heart of the Tigers, at guard, Nigel Lloyd. Wearing number 11, at 6'7", one of the best rebounders in the league, England and Great Britain international, Mike Obaseki. Number 12, a free-scoring forward at home under the boards or from the three-point line, England international, Kevin St. Kitts. And finally at center, from St. Francis College, New York, making a big impression in his first season in English basketball, 6'7", Lester James. And in his first season as head coach for the Thames Valley Tigers, Mick Bent.
Those are the starting fives. You'll be back for the tip-off right after this break.
Are you ready for WrestleMania 9? It's Sunday, April 4th, live only on Sky Sports. Now that's perfect.
Living on an island, working in the sun. Here comes the little man with drinks for everyone. Pineapple and grapefruit, it's a lot of fun. Oh, here comes the little man, pineapple and grapefruit lit, with a totally tropical taste, with a totally tropical taste. Yeah.
More chocolate, more caramel, more crunch, the biggest ever Twix.
Cream Silk Conditioner now contains Pro-Vitamin B5, which strengthens hair from the inside to keep it looking healthy on the outside. Cream Silk Conditioner, the workout for your hair.
Kellogg's Golden Crisp. Sweet oaty flakes, plump raisins with smooth slivers of almond. Altogether a rich, sumptuous taste. A little indulgence to be savoured in peace and quiet. Without interruptions. Make a silence really golden. With Kellogg's Golden Crisp.
All over Britain, people varnish with Ronseal. They spend hours creating something beautiful. And all the family says is, Dad, you've missed a bit there. On behalf of these unsung heroes, we'd like to congratulate Mrs. Wilson.
Thank you very much.
Ron Seal brings home the beauty of wood.
What you beaming about?
This new TV and Satellite Week, a weekly TV guide that's so receptive to satellite.
Oh, that's great. Oh, yes, they've really got it all together.
Yes, such detailed satellite listings.
And cable.
BBC, ITV and Channel 4.
Brilliant on sports, loads on movies, and it's weekly.
And only 55p. Keep it.
Thanks. Everything gratefully received. New TV and Satellite Week. It's seriously satellite. And TV.
Tonight in Games World, it's cheat night in the Peep Parlour. Meet the pixelated problem solver.
I'm Madam Pixel.
She and her game gurus can solve all your game's problems.
So, what's your question?
Is there a cheat on Sonic 2?
Completely mad. A level select. Smash it.
There's Big Boy Barry.
Remember, big is best.
And Tony Dormio. And many others.
I do spoil you so, don't I?
All in the Peep Parlour. Games World tonight at 6 on Sky 1.
Welcome back to Bracknell. A nerve-wracking time for both teams. Worthing may just be an hour and a half away from their first ever league title. There's their player coach, Alan Cunningham. And a few moments ago, Dan Lloyd had the chance for a few words with him.
Okay, Alan, a chance to win the league title, your first year as player coach. What's the mood in Worthing camp?
It's very positive. You know, we've had a good training session this week. We've come out and worked hard. There's a few things we tried that we're going to try and do tonight, and I think they all feel we can take it away. We like to take it away for ourselves and for the fans.
Good. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Well, he's had championships, cup wins. He's had almost everything in his time as English basketball. I wonder if there are a few nerves there. What kind of basketball match do you think this is going to be?
I think it's going to be a very competitive match. I think both the guys, what they've talked about is the preparation stage, that they both seem to have done a very good job in preparing the teams for tonight's match. I look for a very physical game, a very aggressive game, a very fast-paced game of basketball.
And a few butterflies in the stomach.
It's going to be butterflies in the stomach. This is a chance, one, for Worthing to win the title tonight, and two, is a chance for Thames Valley to keep their hopes alive.
Right, now they're the starting fives. How do they match up?
I think at the guard position, you have to give it's pretty even. I think Lewis and Lloyd match each other up very well, and Nelson and Cook also. The forward position, I think I have to go with the Worthing Bears. The center position, it depends on Lester James. If Lester James shows up, then Thames Valley will be successful.
Okay, now it's competition time. Each week we'll be giving away 2 tickets for those playoffs and the chance to win an all-expenses-paid VIP weekend for 2 in London for the championships. Our question this week concerns the Guildford and England guard Alton Bird. When Alton left college, he was drafted by an NBA team. Can you name that team? Was it the San Antonio Spurs, the Boston Celtics, or the Chicago Bulls? The phone number 0891 33 55 55. And good luck. San Antonio Spurs, Boston Celtics, or the Chicago Bulls, which was the team for Alton Bird. Last week's question, who's the coach of the Worthing Bears? It wasn't, surprise, surprise, Kevin Cadle. The answer, Alan Cunningham, as by no doubt those of you who didn't know now do. Okay then, ready for the tip-off. Worthing in blue, the Thames Valley Tigers in white. And we're ready to go. Mick Howell and Trevor Pounton, the officials. And it's Worthing and Colin Irish who have it first, and Irish is going to see a fair amount of the ball. And the first basket for Mike Spade.
That is the strength of the Worthing team. They go to the offensive boards extremely well, but the thing you're going to see that both sides go to the backboard extremely well.
A few rules for you, for those who don't know basketball. 5 players on court at any one time for each team. 2 points for a basket. 3 points behind that 3-point arc. 1 point for a free throw from the free throw line. A game of 20 minutes each half, and when the ball's out of play, as it is now, the clock stops. 20 minutes each half.
A big surprise in the starting lineup is Nick Cook for the Thames Valley. Nick is a very competent player. There was a foul there on Nigel Lloyd, who should get 3 shots. He was fouled behind the 3-point arc. But Nick is a very good outside shooter. Worthing, their main defense has been the zone defense all season. They started off playing man-to-man, but Nick is a great shooter, and if they go into a zone, he could cause the Worthing team a lot of problems.
So to the line goes Nigel Lloyd, last season's top scorer, a Barbadian who grew up in Brooklyn. Voted the Coach's Player of the Year.
And rightfully so deserved. Nigel, he is in the top 5 in 4 categories: in field goal percentage, shooting percentage, assists, and 3-point field goal percentage. Now that's a player.
Scored 17 points in the Tigers' victory over the Bears in October. He was the main thorn in their side then, and threatens to be again. Wells with the rebound. Here's Nelson. So, as you see there, anytime 5 fouls on each individual player, he has to leave the court. And there'll be a shot clock, and once they have possession, they have to put the shot up within 30 seconds. If you understand all that, you'll pick it up as you go along if you don't. Lewis.
What you have to watch for with the Thames Valley team, they like to trap a lot, they like to press a lot. It's good turnover by Mike Spade, but they want to speed the game up and make Worthing have to play fast basketball.
Lewis. A little casual there, and an old-fashioned look from Colin Irish.
And they have the beginning blues. Both teams are playing kind of, what you say, with the butterflies right now. I think they'll be able to settle it down and get into a nice rhythm. And when these two teams get into a rhythm, you see some great basketball.
Good try.
That's the #1 play for Thames Valley. They like to set a back screen, which is a block and obstruction at the free throw line, and send Nigel to the basket for a live pass. If they complete that pass, it is a fantastic looking play.
Irish into the big man Wells. Steve Nelson. He can be a handful when he's on form. Mike Spade shooting from outside. Nelson tries the tip. So does Irish. And again, it's the big man Lester James under the basket.
They have to do a better job on the defensive backboard for Thames Valley, or they're going to be in trouble. That was 4 shot attempts, and if they keep that up throughout the game, they are in for a long night.
Alan Cunningham berating his men who weren't able to get the definitive touch at the end of it.
Mark Hubbard into the game quickly. He can shoot the basketball. Their last game, Mark had 6 3-point shots. He can put the ball into the basket from the long range.
They call him the rifle man just because of that. Spade with good hands. Here's Lewis. Hubbard, let's have a look here. Not quite first time. Irish. Yes, that's why he's such a threat.
And he's playing, I mean, you got the offensive rebound. Again, you get 2 shots at the basket. And if you shoot 50% for a game, you get 2 shots at the basket there. That makes it in for a long night. But Irish is playing great basketball this season.
Obaseki. Here's Lloyd. Not defended. They may have to watch that.
Hey, they got to watch it. That's Nigel's shot. I mean, he had time. He had a chance to spot up on the basket. If they give him that kind of time all day, they could be in for a long night. 2 good point guards here. Nigel and Cleve Lewis matched up to foul off the ball. We have the 2 referees here. We have one, Trevor Pound, who's coached or refereed in the European game, and Mick Howe, who's basically been an English referee. Mick will call a lot more touch fouls than what Trevor will, from Trevor being in the European game, which is a lot more physical game. The guys have to make adjustments to that.
But the referees are all your friends, aren't they, Kevin?
You have to play the game. I think that, no matter what, somebody has to referee a game, no matter what the sporting event is. You as a player, you have to concentrate on what your job is, and your job is to play the game. 2
points there for Calpatrick Wells. That wasn't quite how you saw it when you were ejected from one game, though.
No, I didn't see it that way, but I've learned. But they say adversity makes you learn.
Okay. 3 minutes gone. Worthing by 1. Lewis. Irish. Travelling call.
That's a good call. Good call by Mick Howe. What the team is trying to do, what Worthing's trying to do on the offensive is use Kilpatrick Well to set screens to get the guards and the forwards open, and then sometimes Kilpatrick will pop out for a jumper. I think it's to their disadvantage if he shoots the ball from the outside. He's 6'9". He needs to be a little bit closer to the basket. Again, Nigel had a chance to see the basket. He got a good look, he had time, and he put the ball straight in there.
So 2 3-pointers for Nigel Lloyd. Irish, good defense. Quick hands out. It's Lloyd again. Obaseki couldn't take that one.
Oh!
But Cook could.
Nick Cook, who can shoot it. That was a very typical pass. Lloyd went in, he hit Obaseki, who has a problem sometimes with catching the basketball, but Nick Cook was there to rescue the play. Again, that's the shot you want to have coming from Kilpatrick Wells, going away from the basket, putting up a jump shot.
Good hands. Lester James, it wasn't in after Kevin St. Kitts had gone through.
Lester James, a key. If Lester scores 20 points, Thames Valley will be victorious.
Well, this is a real shock for the champions-elect, at least that's how they call themselves. 12-6 down. Irish from just inside the three-pointer. Again, he misses. A terrific spell this for Thames Valley.
Good call, good call.
No basket.
A charge. Defensive player had position. The offensive player is not allowed to make contact. Lester James, here he comes, nice pass. Colin Irish is set. Lester James runs him over. He made contact before he released the ball. That is why the basket has been disallowed. Mr. Cunningham is in the game. I think a key for Worthing, if Cunningham has to play over 10 minutes in the game, they are in trouble.
Why, because he hasn't got the legs?
I just think he's the coach. And out there playing, he can't play. There's no such thing as a player coach. You know, if he's playing, he's playing. If he's coaching, he's coaching. They need him to coach the basketball game.
Well, Lloyd piles on more agony. This is tough to take for Worthing. They came here with such high hopes, but look at that already. 8 points adrift, just over 5 minutes gone in the first half.
And what you have is Nigel Lloyd 10 and the Worthing Bears 6 so far.
You said it. Cunningham, what can he do? He can travel. He doesn't like it.
No, he's not going to like it. Al is probably going to complain at every call that's made all game. But here he is. He makes a front turn. I don't know. Let's look at front turn. I don't know about that call there. But the referee made it, and it's Thames Valley ball going the other way.
It's great seeing you coaches up here commentating. You're so diplomatic up here.
It's a beautiful game. I just love this game. There's Worthing in that 3-2 zone.
Mark Scott, new on, number 9 for Thames Valley Tigers. 33 years old, joined them this season. There he is.
And has a great dimension. Mark Scott is a very good shooter from 15 feet. He can put the ball in the basket. He comes in and basically he's instant point for the Thames Valley team.
Colin Irish. Slowing it down a little. No rush. So much time on their side. They just got to get the rhythm right, and the Irish helping them. Explain the 3-2 zone.
The 3-2 zone is you have 3 outside guys who are basically maybe 8 to 10 feet from each other who are responsible for an area to steal there. And you have 2 guys under the basket who are basically close to maybe 8 to 10 feet away from the basket, who are also responsible for area. You're not guarding a man, you are responsible for an area of the court.
And you're trying to deny them an inside move.
Basically on the zone, what you're trying to do is force the offensive team to have to shoot an outside shot. Now, the way you beat a 3-2 zone is with the 2 Ps, passing and with penetration. And penetration means dribbling the ball to the basket.
Nick Cook again.
From the 3-point line.
6 points for him. Irish spends a fair amount of his time on the floor. A very physical player. And gives one of the referees a piece of his mind.
I think what has happened there too, they changed defenses on him. Thames Valley went into a 3-2 zone. The last series down, they went into a 1-3-1 where they changed up the look of their zone defense. And Worthing had a problem. They didn't read what they were in on the defensive end. Now with Nick Cook out there, that's going to open up a lot of things on the inside. And that guy there with Mark Scott, he can also shoot the basketball. A high arch 2-point shot.
This is trouble now. This is just what they don't want. They're hot. They're hot.
They're hot and they're playing. But we played Worthing. We're up by 19 points. They know how to come back. So it's still what Mick talked about at the pregame. Alan Cunningham from the corner was that Thames Valley has a tendency not to play the entire game. Today they must play 40 minutes if they're going to be successful.
They're 9 points in front. They look cool and confident and thinking well, and the tactics are working. Here's Lloyd, in no hurry.
And Worthing has changed back into a man-to-man defense.
Because they were getting so many outside shots?
Because they were getting so many outside shots, and they have a bunch of guys. You have Nigel Lloyd, you have Cook, you have Mark Scott out there, all who can shoot the 3-pointer, who can shoot the outside shot comfortably, and it was going to be to their disadvantage to play a zone defense.
Good try by Lloyd, but not good enough. It's Big Mike under the basket, and away they go again. Here's Cunningham. 8 minutes gone.
And again, now is when Worthing, again, when we talked about having Cunningham in the game a lot, which they could use Hubbard in the game now because of the zone defense that Thames Valley is playing. Great drive. Lester going to the basket again.
4 points for Lester James. It's 21-10.
Worthing is playing, Thames Valley is playing great defense. They're getting their hands on a lot of basketballs and are forcing. Oh, good drive, good drive.
But forcing is really what it's all about. They're forcing just a little bit too much at the moment, Worthing.
But that was one of the things I talked about against a zone defense. Penetration and passing. That time, Cleve put the ball on the floor, dribbled the ball into the free throw line area, and was fouled.
We're going to take a break now. It's 21-10 for the Thames Valley Tigers. We'll be right back.
His first time out.
Half a league, half a league, half a league's but to do and die. Into the valley of death. Boldly they rode and well, into the jaws of death. Cannon to right of them, cannon to left of they that had fought so well.
Now it's British Rugby League on the rampage. In France, the Lions dealt out a 9-try pounding. Now the French want revenge. Will the cockerel crow or be throttled by the British Lion? Friday evening, live at 7, only on Sky Sports.
Here it is, FIBA Basketball Monthly, the very best basketball action packed into a magazine. Get ready to reserve your copy to find out where it's at. Each month you'll find articles and interviews on all your favourite teams and players, complete with news and information from all over the UK, plus all the results and statistics. Inside each issue there's a giant poster. Order now and you'll receive a free molten ball. So, act now and subscribe to FIBA Basketball Monthly.
Oh, sorry, not too late, am I?
Indeed you are, Mostin.
I'll take it.
What? Oh, dear. Well, you know, it's
Just what I've been looking for, yes.
I have already been to the Alliance in Leicester.
So have I, dear boy.
What?
Took your advice, sorted out a mortgage before I found the flat. You. This is me with Bunny, the mortgage advisor.
Mrs. Warren, whoever lives here has fabulous taste.
You see, Mustard, you make it all so simple. Hello, ladies.
You've been to the Alliance in Leicester?
What?
You've been to the Alliance in Leicester?
Yes. Well, not exactly been. Look, this whole place is crumbling.
Oh. Won't mind if I put in an offer then?
No, Mustard, not at all. Good.
Sort out a mortgage before you find a home and be a smarter investor. Pain like this could mean you have sensitive teeth. But here's a solution. McLean Sensitive. It tastes like an ordinary toothpaste, but with regular brushing, McLean Sensitive's advanced formula targets the cause of the pain. Microscopic holes that lead straight to the nerve. By sealing those holes, McLean Sensitive helps stop the pain of sensitive teeth fast. McLean Sensitive seals the holes, relieves the pain.
There is only one chocolate that feels like silk. The experience is silk. The chocolate is galaxy.
Now remember, the editor said we got to get all the nitty-gritty on him this time.
Right, he's having breakfast.
Breakfast, well, what is it?
Whole wheat flakes with raisins and bananas.
Bananas.
No, hold it. It's coconut and apple.
Apple.
No, hazelnut and raisins.
Raisins?
Apples and bananas.
Get that. Let's have a look at that.
Kellogg's Fruit and Fibre, a delicious combination of tastes in every bite.
Hello?
Fancy a bowl of Kellogg's Fruit and Fibre, lads?
We've been wrong.
Kellogg's Fruit and Fibre, never the same bite twice.
This engine started.
Deep Heat is back! The hottest dance album with the hottest dance hits. It's Deep Heat 93! Fresh hits from Apache India, Civil and Key West. Number ones from Shaggy and 2 Unlimited. It's Deep Heat 93, the cutting edge of dance.
To a young aviator, it was just an innocent discovery.
I wouldn't touch that if I were you.
But to others,
I want that rocket.
it was the ultimate weapon.
They're working for a Nazi agent.
There's the rocket!
We've got the girl. The rocket will come to us.
Uh-oh, we got company. You steer, I'll push.
Bill Campbell, Jennifer Connelly, and Timothy Dalton.
Go get him, kid.
The Rocketeer, Sunday at 8, Sky Movies Plus.
It's red alert time for the Worthing Bears. Title hopes, but they could be title pretenders at the moment. 21-10 they trail to the Thames Valley Tigers. Irish, yes, three-pointer.
He's the guy, he's their main offensive weapon for the Worthing Bears. A new addition, Nick Cook out the lineup. Worthing is in a man-to-man defense, and here we have Steadroy Baker, who is a good point guard. Now that frees Nigel Lloyd to make things happen on the offensive end from the second guard position, the shooting guard position.
He's only 5'8", Steadroy Baker, and everyone imagines that basketball is a game for giants. Well, he'll tell you it's far from that. Quick hands,
quick feet. Basketball is a game of speed and quickness, and that's what Steadroy brings to the game for Worthing, or for the Thames Valley Tigers.
He's Irish. Out there is another one with quick hands. Steve Nelson to Cunningham.
Again, penetration and passing. Steve Nelson drove to the basket. 2 defenders picked him up. He laid it off nicely to Alan Cunningham for a nice 8-foot easy basket.
And the timeout's done the good. Cunningham has weaved his magic. The lead now just 6. Coming down towards the midway point in the first half.
Good offensive set, good patience, a lot of passing, good ball movement.
Steadroy. Oh, yes!
A key on the offense. If you move the ball 5, 6, 7 times, you're going to come up with a nice wide open shot. Steadroy's not known for his outside shot, but he put that one nicely into the hoop.
The lead up to 8, just when it was needed. Cunningham. Oh yes, sweet move there from Colin Irish. And Baker the other end.
That's where you go, that speed and that quickness. He had two guys, Mike Spade on his heels, but he put the burners on and the afterburners on and just blew by Mike.
Spade out to Irish, again goes to 3 points, yes! And all of a sudden, Irish makes it a very different game. 2 3-pointers, the lead back to 5. A timeout called by Mickey Bett, and no wonder.
Nice pass, Alan Cunningham over to Irish. Here's great, fantastic, good move, nicely into the hoop. Alan and Colin, two teammates from 3-4 years ago at Portsmouth, they're very used to each other. That timeout, that's what you call a Colin Irish timeout. They have to cool him down.
The Warrior, they call him.
Hey, and he's playing Warrior basketball too.
So the timeout called by Mickey Bett. And Alan Cunningham, I think, is a little bit happier than he was a couple of minutes ago.
He has to be. He's winded and trying to talk through the timeout, but he has the guys, they're playing comfortable basketball. They finally have got their rhythm. And that was the thing we talked about early in the game, is when both these teams get their rhythm, they're two beautiful, exciting teams to watch.
Yeah, we were taking the mickey last week with these timeouts of the South against the North in the All-Star game. The timeouts are a little bit more meaningful this time.
Yeah, it's a league championship at stake, so they're going to be a lot more meaningful.
Baker.
Double screen.
Lester James. In fact, it was Lloyd. And Cunningham with one or two things to say, and it's not what are you doing over Easter.
Yeah, that was a goaltender. Nigel went in there. Here he is. Nice move here. Here, double pump, push the ball up. Once the ball touches the backboard, you're not allowed to touch it. And Al hit the ball after it touched the backboard. Thus, goaltender.
Wells trying to go for a three-pointer. Cunningham is fired up all right.
Great defensive rebound by Mike Obaseki. Worthing has a tendency that once a team gets a defensive rebound, they like to double to see if they can get a steal. A lot of times they come up with a steal, but if they don't get it, it leaves them vulnerable for the easy fast break basket.
So here's Lloyd. Some Kitts. Yes, good burst through there from Kevin St. Kitts.
Good basket. Kevin St. Kitts is one of the guys that I've invited to the England camp to go to Iceland in May. He's a very talented, very athletic. Here he is. He drives to the basket. Again, double pump. Learned a couple things from Nigel and puts the ball nice off the backboard into the hoop.
Irish fouled in the act of shooting by Kevin St. Kitts.
Colin does a good job of drawing fouls. He knows how to make the defensive player commit. He did a good job. Here he is. He made St. Kitts commit. Ooh, got him on the hand. That was a good call by Mick Howe. Excellent call.
2 shots. So here he is, 32 years old now. Seems to have been around even longer than you, Kevin.
Yeah, he's been around almost as long as I have. Colin got into the country a year after I came into to Britain. So we have a lot of tales that we can talk about with each other.
And some you can't.
Probably more so of those. Good block. Here, Patrick Wells, good block.
Nelson. Good quick offense. Irish goes for it again. Baker. Scott.
Here's Thames Valley into their basic attack. Where they like to have the guards dribble and pop one up for an easy bucket if they can. Good basket. Steroid. He's quick, he's fast, and again, he shows you at 5 feet 8 inches, you don't need to be 9 feet tall to be successful in a game of basketball. Here he is. Steroid is driving to the basket, puts it up nice and high off the backboard, and is fouled by Steve Nelson.
He's 23 years old. He's been known mostly in basketball circles as the brother of the England international Ronnie Baker, who plays for London Towers this season, but he's a fine player in his own right.
He's a fine player, and this season he's seeing a lot more action with Thames Valley than his brother is seeing with the London Towers.
And thriving on it. He's come on here and made an instant impression.
Hey, he's doing a great job. He comes in, he gives them that nice point guard leadership, plus he picks the game up. He's a pacemaker for Thames Valley, and they are a very good, fast-paced team.
Well, they've held the surge from Worthing, and they lead again by 10. See, they've got to be very wary of Irish getting another storming run going. Here he is. Doesn't get the foul or the shot. In the end, Cleve Lewis cleans it up.
But what Worthing got was another second shot attempt. It's going to be tough unless Thames Valley somehow gets that together.
Baker.
Nige is wide open.
Finds Baker, but doesn't read him that time. Baker not quite as quick as he has been, but he's allowed one mistake.
Hey, it was basically, it wasn't his fault. It was a pass from Nigel Lloyd, who just didn't read the play correctly. But I mean, you have to say Baker being out here, he has been a major plus with him stepping into the game.
Under 7 minutes left in this first half. It's Thames Valley by 8. Cunningham missing for him a pretty simple layup.
And again, another offensive rebound. And what this time, the offensive rebound caused them to pick up a foul on one of their big players. And that could prove crucial towards the latter part of the game.
Alan Cunningham, who amazingly has won the league title for the last 6 seasons with Portsmouth, Glasgow and Kingston. So he's followed you around with a bit of success.
Yeah, and I mean, it was great for me to have him as a player. Alan's one of those guys that you know, which is rubbed off with the Worthing team, that you know when Alan steps out on the court, he comes to play. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's serious about the game of basketball. He knows that it's business once he steps out there.
6.5 minutes left. Thames Valley by 6. Baker again, Hubbard in front of him.
Turnover of Michael Hales came in the game trying to force it a little bit. Whoa, good block. Mike Obaseki, they knew coming down the court that they have to be aware of Hubbard getting himself down the court and spotting up. Mike, even though he wouldn't be his responsibility, got down there. Here he is, Mike, coming up, picks him up, blocks his shot nicely. Save possibly a 2-point basket.
Nelson. Not quite to Cunningham.
It's a good idea. Good idea. Again, penetration and passing. Just didn't read the play. You know, maybe 5 years ago, Allen might have been able to jump up there and get that, but I think age said you're going to stay down on the ground a little bit. But that was an excellent idea.
He's Allen, 38 years old now, but a newcomer in the international scene. You picked him.
Yeah, I mean, Al, he could be a great leader for the national team. He has experience, he has the toughness, and he has the determination that we need from that level. Great pass!
Oh,
Great pass!
Yes, Michael Hales. What a pass to Obaseki.
Yeah, Mike drove to the basket, tricked him, laid it over the back of his head. Nicely hit. Tricked him, going to the basket, draws Alan Cunningham and Kilpatrick Wells, laid it back, and Obaseki slams it into the basket.
He's been watching the NBA tapes.
A little bit of that magic, that no-look passing.
Mark Hubbard, meanwhile, scores the other end. The lead is 6. Just over 5 minutes left in the first half here.
It's all about making a run. Whoever makes this, Nigel again had a chance to get a nice look at the basket. Good tip in, Obaseki. But it's all about the last 3 minutes of the first half on who has the momentum going in at halftime.
Well, they've cut the lead down from 11 to 6. Again, all those rebounds going for Worthing, but they're not able to make it count.
No, and first thing is you want Kilpatrick to shoot that shot. The second thing is on his zone defenses. One of the problems with his zone defense is you don't have rebounding responsibility. Now, what they have to do is, with the guys from Thames Valley, they have to somehow pick out who they're going to block out once the shot goes up. Right now, they're not making any contact. Thus, Worthing is able to get 2, 3, 4 attempts at the basket.
So Colin misses from the first. Born in England, raised in Cleveland. Gets the second, and they close it. One more. 15 points for Irish. He's the top scorer for them so far. 2 for Lester James.
And again, Michael Hales driving to the basket, drawing the defenders, lays it off nicely. Here it is, foul, puts it all ball nicely into the basket. Lester James, man, you know, he's doing a very good job of just picking up the easy stuff.
And Michael Hales used to be a little bit undisciplined, didn't he? But now he's much more mature.
Yeah, I think that went with a little bit of age. Mike came in, he used to be kind of wild, he used to be kind of fiery, but I think he's learned, you know, over the years, he's learned to cool down and to keep certain things at a minimum.
So Irish has used up 2 of his 5 fouls. Sits it out for a while Lester James goes to try and convert this into a 3-point play. Not that time. But the lead up to 9. It's getting dangerous again for Worthing. Their fans would love to finish it off. It must be nerve-wracking. Good shot there. That time Wells lands it, but his shooting percentage not high at the moment.
No, not at all, and he's away from the basket. As many offensive rebounds as they're getting, it would be more beneficial for him to be closer to the basket than away from the basket shooting jump shots.
Lloyd.
Fast break.
Here it is, Cunningham on the end of it. No problem. The break from Lewis. The basket from Alan Cunningham.
Here it is, Alan Cunningham putting those burners on, the old-time burners on, and puts the ball nicely into the basket. That's a good pass from Cleve Lewis also.
So the lead down to 5, 4 minutes left in this first half. St. Kitts. Well, they can't make it count. Oh, Cunningham robbed by Lloyd. And then the big feet. Is that of Kilpatrick Wells?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, he had a spread eagle. He gave up his body for the team, but, you know, I felt that up here.
Yes. Not exactly built for that.
No, here it is, Alan Cunningham trying to handle the basketball. Nigel Lloyd takes it away, driving to the basket. There it is, spread eagle. I can still feel it, but I think, you know, I think he'll be okay after a while.
Yes, gymnastics was never his forte.
No. Neither was doing the James Brown split either.
But as you say, everything for the team. 5 points.
Nick Cook is back in the game, so this gives them an outside shooter if he gets himself open.
If it goes from St. Kitts.
Here's Worthing off and running again. They have the numbers.
Looked like he was passing to himself there, Adam.
That's what Cleveland goes. I'm the point guard. Give me the basketball. Let me run the show out here.
And he says that to his coach.
Yeah, he has to. He's no longer a coach when he steps on the floor.
Cunningham, Lewis, no basket.
That's a good pass by Cunningham. Very good. 3 seconds. You're only allowed in that red area down there on the offensive end. You're only allowed to stand in that area for 3 seconds. And Cleve Lewis was deemed by the referee to be in there longer than 3 seconds.
Looked like a tough call, but what do we know?
Hey, that's it. We don't know anything. We're just sitting in here in the booth.
Thames Valley by 5.
That's that lob play.
Yes.
There it is. Cleve went to sleep. Nice lob pass. And Mr. Barishnikov, you see the way he hung in the air, double pump, and put the ball into the basket. Concentration.
Such a cultured man you are, Kevin.
Hey, you know. Here he is. Nice pass from St. Kitts. Puts it up, double pumps, hang time, and puts it in there.
Great to watch.
Nigel's a class act. I mean, he's great for the British game. He's great for his team. He's a nice, calm, emotional leader. He doesn't get rattled. He keeps his cool all the time.
A good big game player. 8 points. Under 3 minutes left. And for their pride and their motivation at half-time, they need to do something now. Do Worthing.
again, this is that time of game. You got the 2-3 minute mark.
Air ball from Cunningham. Spade misses out, but they again are dominating under the basket.
Again, 3 field goal attempts. They have to do something. They have to do a better job of blocking out, or either add another big man into that lineup. But they have to do a much better job. 2:20 left in the half. 41-33.
And Worthing, really, the score is flattering to Thames Valley. Worthing are dominating in some areas, but they have to execute better.
Yeah, they're not putting the ball in the basket. I mean, that's the number one key of basketball. It's about making baskets, and they're not putting the ball into the basket. They're getting a lot of field goal attempts. They're getting a lot of shots, but they're not finishing. They're not converting once they do that.
Out of this, just run rotation.
Here's Mickey Bett.
The old rotation with the handoff. Whoever gets it high post, hand it off. Now, Nick, you're going to have to enter it. All right, so you're drilling down, and don't turn it over. Remember last week, Rucker?
Both of these guys in their first season as head coach, both of them have done fantastic jobs in their different ways.
Hey, they've done a great job. I mean, both of them I had as a player. Mick I've only had for a short period of time at Kingston, Al, the 4 years I had with him. But, I mean, both of them have done a great job. Nick has come in to a more stable team. His team was basically there from last year. He made a couple of new additions. Al basically has practically a new team. Both of them, they came in, they gave the team the leadership, and they gave them the mental toughness that they need to be successful. Right now, they're the first and second place teams in British basketball.
And it hurts you to say that.
It hurts me. Gravely, it hurts me. But I've learned to accept some things.
But not that. Mike Spade doesn't accept that either.
Here it is, ball into Obaseki. Front turn, Mike goes up, hits him on the hand. Again, the referee's been making that call all game. Again, you have to make that adjustment, and it's a foul. Mike, who is he's a so-so free throw shooter. If he makes 2 free throws, it's a great thing, but usually if Mike gets maybe 1 out of 2, is what you're looking for him at the free throw line.
He heard you.
He heard me. That's good. I mean, that's good for him, good for the team. Good concentration. And that's what it's all about, making free throws. It's all about the concentration factor.
Just held it, did Lewis. A step behind the halfway line, and it would have been sideline possession to Thames Valley. Oh, it's sleeping again, but again, Spade doesn't execute.
He missed a great opportunity. Thames Valley fell asleep. Good foul, good pass in to Mike. But Thames Valley had fell asleep on their last defensive series. Some of the guys were in zone, some of the guys were in man-to-man, and that's why Mike got himself wide open, but he missed a great opportunity. But then you come back down, and now they pick up a foul, and again, that hurts them because one of their big men has picked up a foul.
Got a few words in his ear from Colin Irish, and I think Spade said, just leave me alone for a moment.
Let me think about what I shouldn't have just done.
Obaseki can't miss.
Can't miss. 3 in a row. 3 in a row. And it's all about, you get to the free throw line, it's about doing the same thing every time and concentrating on putting the ball in the basket.
In the end he does. Wells gets the rebound. 1.5 minutes left. Lead as big as it's been, 11 points. Lewis, Spade. Got a lot of height in there. Got to make it count though. Irish, no one going to him. Thank you very much, he says.
Hey, and again, the same defensive problem. Someone needs to let Kevin St. Kitts know what defense they're in, because half the guys are playing man, and Kevin St. Kitts is playing zone principle defense.
3 points for Irish, so it's down to 8, coming into the last minute of this first half. And Nigel Lloyd calling for some action from Lester James. No way through there. A charging foul.
Charging foul.
Agree with that?
I agree with that. Colin Irish was set, and Nigel Lloyd ran into him. Good call. Good call.
There's the problem on the other end.
Hey, making things happen. Again, it's about, this is the last minute of the game, or the first half. It's about having momentum. Doesn't matter what the lead is or what the score is. It's about who is going to have momentum going into the second half. And that hurts. That's an offensive foul. You lose a ball and somebody picks up a foul.
That's been the story of their half, hasn't it?
Yeah. Missed opportunity. Yeah, they've been missing opportunities on converting on the baskets and then coming down and picking up fouls when they don't need to pick up a foul.
Their shooting percentage wouldn't be worth looking at halftime.
No, but you have to look at it from a positive point. We're getting the shots. All we have to do now is up our concentration. Nigel Lloyd giving a nice bucket, going in there, putting the ball nicely into the basket.
Lead up to 10, maybe a couple more offenses before halftime. Spade. Yes, goes on his own.
Mike is comfortable shooting that shot. Against us in the cup final, he had 4 or 5 3-pointers down at the end of the game. He's very comfortable shooting that shot. Here's a chance to give another. There's another foul and another chance to give 3 points. If Knights can get up there and make the free throws, you've given away 3 points, and you're putting your players in foul trouble as far as the Worthing Bears are concerned.
Gary Smith, new on for the Worthing Bears.
He's coming a little bit very enthusiastic, but at this stage of the game, you don't need enthusiasm. What you need is competent, concentrated play.
And again, Nigel Lloyd showing his composure. A key time this.
A very key time. It's about composure, and what you have to watch for with Thames Valley, after every free throw, they go into a press. And what this does, it slowed Worthing's attack up, and it's forced them to have to use up a lot of time on the shot clock and to have to rush themselves.
He's not happy. Alan Cunningham, a few words there with the commissioner, Harry Keats, about the way this is being refereed.
No basket.
No basket.
No basket.
Gary Smith says, what's happening here? But he's not getting any joy. Still he pleads his case. They are not a happy bunch of fellas at the moment.
It's about stop talking to the referee, get your concentration on the game of basketball.
Not given. He's got to accept it.
Good shot. The buzzer sounded. I mean, there's no question about it. Gary Smith, that's good hustle, but the buzzer sounded.
So it's half-time, and Worthing at the moment in a good deal of trouble. That's the half-time score. Thames Valley 48, Worthing 39. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's Cup semi-final weekend on Sky Sports. On Saturday, live and exclusive from Wembley, Wednesday's clash with United. Now it's all or nothing. On Sunday, WrestleMania 9, Hulk Hogan makes his long-awaited return. And on Monday, don't miss Norwich Man United, the game the nation's waiting for. The FA Cup, WrestleMania 9 and the Premier League, all exclusively live on Sky Sports.
So excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Oh yeah, I'm so excited, so excited, and I just can't hide it. No, 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 no. I want you, I'm so excited. What you do?
That Friday feeling, you just can't keep it in.
How do you keep getting rid of stains like this, chocolate, without fading colours to this? A real problem with some traditional powders, but not with new Ariel Colour. It's got a unique Colour Plus system. The bleaching agents have been taken out, and they've put in colour-safe stain digesters. To prove it, I was asked to try it. After just one wash, Ariel Colour got the chocolate out. Unlike some other powders, the more it's cleaned, the more it fades. But with Ariel Colour, it's clean and still green, even after 20 washes. So to get your whole wash clean, don't change your colours, change your washing powder. We did, didn't we? Yeah! New Ariel Colour, digest stains without bleaching out colours.
Yes, Martin, it's a tracksuit.
I can see that, Dad, but what's it doing on you?
It's part of my new, healthier lifestyle. First step, Kellogg's Bran Flakes.
Kellogg's Bran Flakes?
Yeah, they're high in fibre, low in fat.
They taste great. So this new lifestyle of yours means that as well as eating Kellogg's Bran Flakes, you'll be jogging to the newsagents every day?
Yep. One step at a time, Martin. Kellogg's Bran Flakes, a step in the right direction.
Walt Disney Pictures invites you to the swingin'est jungle party ever with Mowgli, Baloo, and all their friends in the craziest adventure of all, The Jungle Book.
A place where single guys keep furry meat.
Refrigerator!
Right!
The game is taboo. Get your team to guess the secret word without using the 5 best clues.
What would be on a custom-made shirt?
Sleeves.
Are any of these words helping you?
Play taboo at your next party.
I need a new team.
I love entertaining, but I hate the ghastly aftermath, even with the dishwasher. First, the dirties, like this stuck-on egg. No, don't look, it's too awful. Then the delicates. Well, you can't trust conventional powders not to harm fine china, can you? Thank heavens for New Fairy. For the dishwasher, it's great at cleaning, naturally, so it even gets rid of sticky egg. And like Fairy, it's kind, so I can trust it with my delicate dishes as well. Unlike conventional powders, which can fade them. See? Beautifully clean. And my delicate dishes are in safe hands. New dishwasher Fairy takes care of the dirty and the delicate.
A man seduced.
You'll be something special. You'll be beautiful. You'll matter.
I never saw anything like that.
I would not be beautiful. I would be a freak.
Haunted by the woman.
Make love to me.
From the future.
There's a point at which fantasy becomes dangerously close to reality.
Rod Steiger. Claire Bloom. Ray Bradbury's The Illustrated Man. Tonight at 8. Sky Movies Gold.
The promise. Oh, you look very pretty. Of things to come. I'm harsh.
Sincere.
Phony.
Caring.
Nosy.
Strong.
Stubborn. God. L.A. Law. Next Wednesday on Sky One.
Welcome back. Half-time score. Thames Valley Tigers 48, Worthing 39. And there it is, black and white, yellow and white, whatever it is. You read it, Kevin.
The number one key, offensive rebounds, 10 for Worthing. I mean, they haven't been converting. You look at the field goal percentage, 44% versus 63%. The bench scoring is pretty equal, but the number one thing is offensive rebounding.
Let's have a word now with the Thames Valley coach, Mike Bett. He's with Dan Lloyd.
Great first half, Mick. Can you keep it up for the second half? We have a habit of giving up leads like this, but we can keep Lloyd involved in the second half, keep Irish quiet. We'll see.
And the problem for Worthing, well, we know what it is, and Alan Cunningham will be hard at work telling them about it. They've just got to execute better, get that shooting percentage up.
Yeah, and I mean, and looking at it from the Thames Valley point of view, I mean, it's a negative giving up all the offensive rebounds, but I mean, they're still winning. But that's one of the things that you must point out to your team at halftime, that if we weren't giving up that many offensive rebounds, the score, instead of being up by 9 points, we could have even a greater advantage on it.
So Thames Valley will be very happy with the way this has gone. If they carry on and win this, the title is still alive. Only just, but still alive. They've got to beat Worthing once more. But first of all, they've got to finish it off tonight. Can they do it? Worthing, we know, have got awesome power if they can get it together.
Yeah. And new addition, Paul James, first time in the game, who's been their starting point guard throughout the season, but he's been injured a little bit. Now he's the first time in the game today.
Carl Patrick Wells still can't really make it from outside. Irish does make it. And again, the rebound.
Paul James, he had his hand on the ball, but Colin proved with his Barkley-type ways, proved a little bit too strong for him, took the ball away, made the basket, and has a chance to cut the lead down even further. Here it is. Colin got pushed. Paul James lost the ball out of frustration, pushing him. Colin pushed the ball in. Three-point play.
He's ticking all right. And the lead down to 6. Here's James.
It's important when you come out. The start of the second half, to me, the most important time is the first 4 minutes of the start of the second half. Whoever can maximize the first 4 minutes, the start of the second half, usually comes out to win the basketball game.
Good hands from Colin Irish, just did enough. Cunningham looks for more help. Has space. But he's not the greatest shooter in the world, Alan.
Here they go, fast breaking.
St. Kitts. Lloyd. Obaseki finishes it off as he does so much.
That's good. I mean, Mike ran the floor. He followed Nigel. Nigel was a tough shot. That's the only thing he could do in that situation. But Mike did what he was supposed to do from the forward position. He followed the shot up, got the offensive rebound, and put it in the basket.
Spade.
Good pass. Kilpatrick Wells over to Mike Spade, who set a screen and then popped back. Kilpatrick found him wide open for a 15-foot shot, which Mike is very comfortable shooting.
And he's worked on that in the last few years. Good news for us in the older generation. At 32, he's still improving his shooting.
Yeah, you can get better. Yeah, not only is he getting older, but he's getting better.
It's heartening. Yes, Kevin St. Kitts.
Kevin St. Kitts was awesome. I mean, he's improved in the last couple seasons. He's become much more aggressive. He's using the abilities that he has. Kilpatrick Wells from long distance.
At last. Three-pointer, I think. And at last it works for him.
I think out of maybe 10 shots that he's taken in this game, 8 of them have come from far outside.
Oh, yes, Cunningham with a block. And good hands. Good work there from Cunningham. Here's Irish, Spade to his right. Goes alone. No, he doesn't. Tries a fancy move to Cleve Lewis.
Yeah, Colin drew the defensive man to him and maybe could have laid it off over to Mike for an easy layup, but he tried to draw the foul and get the basket, but the referee wasn't going for it, so they had to play through it. They ended up with a turnover where they needed to come up with 2 points. It was a 2-on-1 situation. They needed to convert.
Same old story. The lead's 5. Here's Paul James. Just over 2 minutes gone, second half.
Worthing has changed their defense. Instead of a 3-2 zone, they're now in the 2-3 zone with 3 men on the back line under the basket and with 2 guys out front. Again, St. Kitts.
Obaseki so nearly doing it, but it's Cleve Lewis who takes it away. Spade. Cunningham. Not much on though. And the foul reaching him, was that Paul James?
That's a traveling violation on Allen Cunningham. His front turn. I don't know. There's a new rule that FIBA and one of the referees have tried to stress this year was that jab move. And it's such a close call. It's such a fine call. From way back, that's not a traveling violation, but the way they're stressing the rule now, I guess it is a traveling violation. But with Worthing in a 3-2 zone or 2-3 zone, what it does, it puts more men under the basket and it takes away the offensive rebounding for Thames Valley. But
Cook again.
Mr. Cook is still in there and he can shoot the basketball. I think that's one of the things you miss with having Allen out there as the player versus having Allen out there as a coach, to be able to make that adjustment on Mr. Cook is in the game. We might have to do things a little bit differently.
Obaseki. Spade bundles him away from it. Irish. Good composure. Finds Cunningham. Draws 2 men.
Draws 2 men. Was under control. He went in. His job was to make the pass. He drew 2 defenders to him, laid the ball off nicely into Cunningham, who got 2 points, where the last time they didn't convert, this time they did.
A couple of hundred who made the trip from Worthing now beginning to make themselves really heard as the lead goes down from 11 to 4.
The Worthing fans, very vocal, very complimentary to their team. Here's Irish driving in under control, nice under control, lays it off, nice and easy. Cunningham, there you go. But the Worthing fans, they come in, they support their team. I think they're the best supported team in the country right now. The fans, they travel with them, they move around with them, and they're very much behind their boys.
And even when they didn't have a successful team, it was the same thing.
Yeah, they've always been that way. I mean, it's great to see people that are true to heart, no matter what the situation is.
Obaseki, born in Wimbledon, but spent most of his youth in Nigeria.
It seems like everybody is born here and via somewhere else.
But they come back.
Yep.
Irish. Again, not really defended.
Not at all. They were slow picking up. Someone should have picked the ball up. He's the most important guy in the place, the guy with the ball. Good move, Mike. Great move. Mike Obaseki. Nice pass from Nick Cook as they have to play Nick. He drew the defenders out, threw a nice pass into Obaseki, who had nice drop step. Watch here, nice drop step move on Mike. Fakes it to the basket, drop step. Now power move to the basket. Fouled by Spade. And Spade is in foul trouble.
Yes, excellent. One of their best moves so far, and they needed it because Irish is beginning to turn it on the other end. The leader got down to 3, and it'll be 6 if Obaseki can land this.
That's a good job on Mike. I think over the years, too, Mike has learned to play more physical close to the basket. When he first arrived here, he really didn't like the physical game, but he's learned to get more physical. Bad shot by Cunningham.
Good patch here for the Thames Valley.
Oh!
Oh, yes!
Oh!
Lester James.
Time out, stop that!
Get out of the way when he goes in.
Here's Nige, good pass. Again, he drew the defenders. Lester James going in there strong. He had his mind made up that he was going to dunk the basketball. That's a great pass by Nigel. And you know, Lester James is the leading field goal percentage shooter in the country right now. And in this game, I don't remember him missing a shot so far. And when I said at the beginning, if he scores 20 points, they're going to be successful. He's having a great game, and that has a lot to do with their success so far.
And the lead, which was 3, is now up to 8. Cleve Lewis, yes, a 3-pointer. And the shooting percentage is going up all the time.
Good shot. Cleve relaxed, put the ball in the basket. Somebody better pick Nigel up.
Well, they had plenty of time to.
And they heard me hollering at him. Somebody better pick Nigel up. But nice, tough, strong, finesse move into the basket.
Cleve Lewis, Nelson, Irish again. Needs 2 men to mark him. Patrick Wells draws a foul.
I think that was a tired foul on Mike. Mike is getting a little bit winded, and sometimes players get kind of tired and they do things they shouldn't do. And there he is, just from being tired. He couldn't move his feet the way he needed to. A little blow and he'll be okay, or maybe this blow right here at the free throw line might do him good.
Patrick Wells, fierce-looking guy.
A competitor, tough guy. He was with Portsmouth 5 years ago. He came into the country, and that was the first guy that Al thought of when he got the job, was to bring Kilpatrick back, to give him some toughness and to give him a little bit of leadership.
They call him the wild thing. He certainly looks the part.
Yeah, maybe it's that thing dripping down the back of his head. They may call him because of that.
Out it goes from St. Kitts.
Good rebound, Mike.
Yes, that's what they need from him.
That's the strength. One of the strengths of Thames Valley is they go to the offensive boards extremely well. And Mike is a great offensive rebounder.
Yes, and defensive as well from Obaseki. Nigel Lloyd. Good move.
Traveling. Good call.
Well, they've been calling it the other end, and a little bit of afters too from Lester James and Colin Irish.
A little bit of love taps. Here it is, Lester. Didn't put the ball out on the floor. If he took a dribble and there would have been no traveling call, he would have been able to draw a foul on Mike Spade.
Lead 7. Good work from Lester James. He wasn't given a lot of help.
Not any help at all. But the other guys came into the basket. Cook and St. Kitts, they came in, they fouled the shots in and tried to get the defensive rebound. Lester James, perfect from the field, 100%. That's probably going to move his league leading totals up even more.
Mark Scott, traveling. A lot of traveling calls today.
Mark Scott had a wide open shot. Again, nice pass into the middle. That's what you want to do in the zone, is get the ball into the middle of the floor. That was nice pass into the middle. Mark Scott just made a mistake with it.
Cunningham. Lewis. Steve Nelson from 3-point range. No. Tries the big pass to Patrick Wells. But it was asking a lot.
Yeah, asking a lot. And what you have on the defensive end for Thames Valley, they have a box and 1 on Colin Irish. We have 4 guys in the zone defense, 2 guys out top, 2 guys under the basket, and 1 guy, Nick Cook, who's responsible for just staying with Colin the entire time.
Good work there from Wells, though. Denying the pass through to Lester James. Cook, Lloyd, good hands from Steve Nelson, not quite. Well defended for St Kitts. Rebound, Alan Cunningham, and a foul. Think on Cook.
Cook or St Kitts, depends. Cook reached, St Kitts hit him over the back, so it depends which one happened first. That's the one the referee is going to give it on.
But it's much more composed from Worthing this half.
Yeah, much more composed from both teams. I think Thames Valley moving the basketball, doing a good job. Worthing reading the situation a lot better than what they read the situation in the first half.
7 minutes gone, and they're 7 points down. Cunningham. Oh, tip away from Obaseki, but it's nearly goaltending.
People that might wonder about that, once the ball hits the rim, the defensive and the offensive people are then allowed to knock the ball off the basket. If the ball is going on the way up and they hit it, it's a goaltender.
Better shot from Wells.
Better shot, Kilpatrick with the fade away, puts the ball nicely into the hoop. Good pass, good pass.
Yes.
Mark Scott set a screen. Both defenders went out to pick up Nick Cook. Mark Scott stepped into the basket. Nige with his head up. A good thing for youngster to watch. Nige kept his head up while he was dribbling the basketball and could see his open teammate.
Irish. Rebound again from Cleve Lewis. A point guard who can rebound like that.
Cleve is the most versatile player in the game of British basketball right now. He can play 4 different positions for you. Good draw of a foul. But Cleve can play 4 different positions, and he's very comfortable at all the positions and doing a great job at the point guard position for Worthing this season.
Patrick Wells sits down after that foul. I think he looks a little tired, as well he might. Frenetic pace.
Hey, it's a great game, a very competitive game. Guys are being very physical. And the referees, I think the referees are doing a very good job. They're stepping in only when they need to step into the game.
St. Kitts.
What he does there with my team, I really don't like. When the guy makes a shot, I want my man to stay on the line, keep your spot, keep your comfort level there instead of shooting and backing away. But he made his 2 free throws.
Just named in the England squad for the European Championship qualifying tournament. Second bite at the cherry for the England team that's coming up. Good luck to you, Kevin, in that.
Thank you very much.
Important.
Good rebound. They got the numbers on the fast break. Foul. Foul on Mark Hubbard.
Nigel Lloyd with the shot.
The thing that caused the foul was a nice hesitation. Colin Irish got bumped while he was down at the end, but the thing that caused the foul was Nigel, nice hesitation dribble, made Mark stand up defensively. He went by him and Mark tried to grab him.
Been in the wars as Colin Irish. He had a terrible car accident, didn't he, and suffered whiplash, and we thought he may not play again.
Yeah, it was. He was out of basketball for 2.5 years, and it was great to get him back last year playing with us at with Kingston, and it was just good to see him back in the game. I mean, the game of basketball in Britain needed him, and I think he needed to play basketball. I think that's his utopia.
Lead up to 8. 8.5 minutes gone in the second half. And although Worthing are coming at them more, Thames Valley holding firm. Good 2 points, a tough shot there for Irish.
Hey, that's Irish. I mean, he feels more comfortable making and shooting tough shots than he does just the basic stuff. If you watch him, 90% of the shots he makes are off balance, out of form, but he puts the ball in the bucket.
With coaches saying, don't shoot.
Don't shoot that. And I was a main culprit. Oh, no, not again. But he makes them. He makes them. He definitely, I mean, it was Worthing. He's found his comfort level. I mean, he's free to do what he needs to do, and I think as a player, that's how Colin needs to play. He's much more successful with the freedom that he's getting at Worthing.
Well, Cunningham's a player like that too, isn't he? With coaches going, don't do that, and he's done it, and he makes a winner out of it.
Yeah, then he makes it work, and all you can say is, oh, that was a great play.
Irish again.
There you go. 1 foot off the backboard, That's not something you work on in practice, but that's something that Colin specializes in.
And the lead down to 6. Coming up to the midway point in the second half. Cook, yes, every time that Worthing get near, they feed this man Cook and he does the business for them, and Mick Bett looks up at the clock, 10 minutes, but it's going to be a long, long 10 minutes.
Here's Cook. Cook is cooking. No pun intended. But hey, Nick is putting the ball in the basket.
Rebound again, Worthing had no right to make it, but they did. Cunningham did it.
He just took the ball away. Obaseki had the ball in his hand, and Allen just took the ball away from Mike, and they converted.
He's up to 12, but his field goal percentage, not what he'd want. But he does so much else.
Hey, he does a lot. I mean, he's that spiritual leader. I mean, he's out there playing as a player now, but the thing I say that they're missing is they're missing the coaching from this point right there with having him out there as a player.
Scott misses. And again, Obaseki. He's a fierce competitor, Obaseki.
And on that end of the floor, too, you have to block Mike off the backboard. He got the offensive. First, Mark Scott got the offensive rebound. He missed. Mike Obaseki gets the rebound. And most importantly, he picks up a foul. Here he is. Mike, nice offensive rebound. Powers the ball up. Spade reaches. That's a foul on the big man.
His third, 2 more and he's off. So he's got to be careful now. Because once big men like him are on 4 fouls, they have to be careful and too careful.
Oh yeah, and then that forces, again, I mean, Cunningham, I think, has basically stretched himself right now. He's played probably in the 20-ish minutes range. And if Mike fouls out, then you're going to have Allen in the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of the game, and that could be detrimental to Worthing.
Obaseki, he's on 3 fouls too, 2 more for him, and he'll take no further part in the game. But he's certainly shooting from the line all right.
Yeah, he's doing, I mean, Mike is, he's got his concentration under control. That's a goaltending. 7 Kevin Saint's kids. Super leaper. Got up there, put the ball was high off the backboard, but because the ball had touched the backboard first, that was a goaltending call. Worthing, the guy they got to be worried about is that guy right there. When he is anywhere near you, you have to be aware. Good shot, good shot.
Lester James again.
Good power move. Cunningham was all over him. Good defensive position, but Lester James, strong ball, put the ball nice and powered the ball straight into the basket.
And he's doing a great job inside. Nick Cook outside.
Mark Hubbard double screen there. That's Mark's play there.
Oh. And as soon as Thames Valley looked to be getting away, Worthing gives the ball to Hubbard.
Here it is. Put that 3-pointer. Mark, if he gets time and he has a chance to look at the basket, he can put the ball into the basket.
Cunningham. Again he misses. Good rebounding there from Nigel Lloyd.
Bad shot. A little bit rushing, bad shot. Just get it under control. You need a basket right now. You didn't need a bad field goal attempt. You need a basket. And this is what Mick talked about, is that concentration level. This is like the 30-minute part of the game. Will Thames Valley keep their concentration for the next 8 minutes?
Foul called against Lester James. Throwing Cunningham out of the way. Timeout called by Mick Bett, the Thames Valley Tigers coach. They lead by 6. You'll be right back with us after this.
Sky Soccer Weekend looks at the big names and the big games with star fans and weekend previews.
There's only one decent team played in claret and blue.
Putting people on the spot.
The point is, I mean, you're just putting me in front of the camera just this way saying these things, and I just don't agree with that.
Putting you in the picture.
Goal! Andy Sinton!
I ain't got a clue.
I'm doing all right at the moment.
In association with Ford, every Friday night at 6 on Sky Sports.
Folks, if you love Alpen's crispy wheat flakes, sun-blessed raisins, oats, and hazelnuts, great news! You can now get 10% extra Alpen free.
3 minutes.
Chocolate before the performance?
No, Maltesers.
They're lighter than ordinary chocolates. Are you sure?
Maltesers are made of millions of crisp tiny bubbles, captured in delicious chocolate, so they don't fill you up.
The theatre's full.
But I am not.
Maltesers, the lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
All over Britain, people varnish with Ronseal. They spend hours creating something beautiful, and all the family says is, "Dad, you've missed a bit there." On behalf of these unsung heroes, we'd like to congratulate Mrs. Wilson.
Thank you very much.
Ronseal brings home the beauty of wood.
Now for the good of your dog, improved recipe Pedigree Chum. Specially balanced to be completely in tune with your dog's system, it's more digestible, more enjoyable than ever. Top breeders agree.
I recommend the improved recipe Pedigree Chum for all dogs, even for dogs that found it too rich.
He's put on body and coat and condition, and he's a happier dog.
For fitness you can see in a dog. Improved recipe Pedigree Chum.
Let's see if we can see how much softer Ultra Lenore is. Kirsty's orange towel hasn't been conditioned, while Lauren's blue one has Ultra Lenore's rich, deep softness. So Ultra Lenore sails through the softness test. Sorry, Kirsty. Ultra Lenore, so much softer you can see it.
Here's to the finest crew in Starfleet.
Fire phases on full with a simultaneous spread of torpedoes.
Star Trek The Next Generation, weekdays at 5 and 10:30 p.m. on Sky One.
We'll watch this. Where do you receive 3 great movie channels with 9 choices of films every night? Sky, of course. Next week it's happening.
They're firing on us. This is no drill.
Iron Eagle.
Know anyone today? They ain't over yet.
Billy Crystal's City Slickers.
New Jack City.
Liza Minnelli and Julie Walters are stepping out.
Hellbound. Hellraiser 2.
Remember. Clint Eastwood, The Gauntlet.
My baby is still up there!
Backdraft.
This is just the beginning.
Bruce Willis, Die Hard 2.
Navy SEALs.
Patrick Swayze, Ghost.
What? I'm here to rent the apartment.
Hulk Hogan, Suburban Commando.
Impressed. Julia Roberts, Sleeping with the Enemy.
I was beginning to wonder what a girl had to do to get arrested.
Dick Tracy.
To subscribe, call 0506 460000. 3 great reasons to subscribe to Sky.
Getting right down to the nitty-gritty now. Thames Valley Tigers, who inflicted the first defeat over Worthing in their first match by 3 points in Worthing, now looking to repeat the dose on their home court. They lead by 6. 7 minutes 45 to go.
That was a crucial timeout, big bet timeout, because of the bad shot by Kevin St. Kitts. You just want to talk to him about keeping your composure and let's stay with what we do best. It's a good block out by the entire Thames Valley team.
Nigel Lloyd.
Worthing sitting in that zone defense. Good high-low pass. Great high-low pass by Kevin St. Kitts into Lester James, who drew the foul on Mike Spade, which could be his 4th foul with 7 minutes to go. Oh, they drew it. That was Cleve Lewis. Thank goodness for them.
Yes, that's a crucial call.
Here it is, pass into Kevin St. Kitts, turned in the air, nice pass. Foul could have been on either one. But Cleve must have got him first.
And are they relieved it wasn't called on
I'm
Spade?
sure they are relieved.
Here's Lewis, Lester James rather, the September Player of the Month from St. Francis College, New York.
And in the big games, he was the MVP of the NatWest Cup final. In the big games, if he shows up, they will be successful. He is the key to their team.
Yes, they won the NatWest, their first trophy of the season. They won the WICB tournament. And still not out of the league if they can win this. Spade from three-point range. Again, he hits it. He's a revelation, he's shooting.
Hey, Mike is doing a great job. They were slow, they pressed, and they were slow picking up on the defensive end. Mike was wide open, put the ball into the basket. They're trying to find Mr. Nick Cook, and I think Worthing is doing a better job of being aware of where he is right now. But then by them being so aware of where he is, that leaves the inside open.
Good hands, Cleve Lewis. He's got terrific hands for a guy 6'6". It's uncanny. And there's Spade, unmarked. Misses that time with time and space. Oh, and Colin Irish gets a Christmas present.
Hey, again, they doubled the basketball. Spade came down to help, and he was so worried about, Kevin was so worried about Mike that he didn't see Colin under the basket. Just standing there, Colin just, Charles Barkley waited from him and put it in.
The angel of goodness. Two more for Nigel Lloyd, and the lead back to 4, but Worthing are hot now. This is a danger period for the Thames Valley Tigers. Spade.
Got lucky with that one. Another offensive rebound, though.
Nigel Lloyd. Not quite. Spin didn't work for him.
That's good penetration by Nigel. The problem was he was forced to have to come up with a shot because none of his offensive players move to get themselves open. When your guard penetrates, your point guard penetrates, the guys on the floor must move to different spaces to get themselves open. If they do, the guard can then make the assist.
Scott. Irish with a rebound.
That was a bad shot by Mark Scott, kind of forced. And that's what you're having with Thames Valley coming down right now. They're not keeping their composure and having a little bit of patience. They have to realize they are winning. They are not down, they are winning. Good drive. Cleve Lewis read the screen. The guy tried to overplay the screen. Cleve exploded to the basket and laid the ball nicely in.
And the lead cut to 4. Yes, he's got so much going for him, Cleve Lewis. Cook into Obaseki.
That's that 4th foul on Spade there.
Does he agree with it?
He doesn't agree with something. I think he basically is complaining about his teammates on blocking out because he came from the other side of the basket to pick up that foul. See, Mike's on the other side of the basket. Mark Scott rebounds, Mike comes in and fouls him.
Yes, he can't really complain about the foul.
No, not about the foul, not at all.
But that's a crucial foul for Worthing. And they're going to have to protect him. He's going to have to spend quite a bit of time off court in this run-in. And when he's on court, how are they going to shuffle it around?
I would think that you want to use maybe an offensive and defensive series where you bring Mike in on the offensive end, but see if you can get him off on a defensive series where you protect him. I think also is the game is getting down to the last crucial time. So what you want to do as a coach is get him out for maybe a minute or 2, but you must have Mike on the court the last 3 minutes of the game. I think he's crucial. You usually have to leave him out there, and you have to hope that he's a veteran enough not to make a silly foul. If he makes a legitimate foul, there's nothing you can do with that. But as long as he doesn't make a silly foul.
Raucous support here. And a controlled timeout down the other end from McBeth.
Hey, this is a very good game for the fans from both sides. I mean, the Worthing supporters, Thames Valley supporters, I mean, they are having the opportunity to see a great game of basketball as well as the Sky Sport viewers.
Yes, Mark Scott, who joined the Tigers this season.
From Worthing. So he would love this. Beating them beating them so far in this game, beating the other time in the league. I'm sure he's enjoying this and playing a big part in it also.
He's got a good shooting touch.
Hey, great form. He played for me when I coached the Manchester Giants his first year and then he came into the country. Mark has improved a lot. He's improved his concentration.
Now, Cleve Lewis hits the basket. Are they going to give it? Or was the foul after the shot?
I would think so. I mean, the foul was long before he even thought about shooting that basketball. Here we go, 2 fouls already.
Yes. So sideline possession.
Man-to-man defense by Thames Valley. And you have Cleve Lewis has size over Steadroy, but didn't take advantage of it. But again, Worthing comes up with the ball because they got the offensive rebound.
Cunningham, plenty of time and space, and that time he nails it. 4 points the lead. Just over 4 minutes left. Steadroy Baker now.
So you have a different team in there for Thames Valley now. Now with Steadroy in there, Nigel becomes your #1 offensive threat from the outside. Whereas before, you had it with Nick Cook being your #1 threat from the outside.
Just a touch out, so Thames Valley maintain possession. Every offense now, absolutely crucial.
This is the part of the game where, as an offensive player and defensive player, you must increase your intensity. Everything means something, means double on the offensive end, and it means double when you make a defensive mistake.
And now, this is the time when you go to your big players.
Yeah, this is when the big players show up too. You know, the people who are the prime time players, this is what they live for. And we will now see who the prime time players are.
Worthing now, edging tantalizingly close to their title. Just 4 points adrift. Plenty of time, 4 minutes, plenty of time to turn it round.
And a change of defense. 3-2 zone by Thames Valley.
Looking to push Worthing outside for that outside shot, and Collins says, okay, there you are.
You know what? That's the kind of shot you want somebody to take too. And Collins just buries it. I mean, everything, all the confidence in the world, and he puts it up and puts it nicely into the hoop.
So the lead just 1 now after that three-pointer. And a great rejection there from Wells. The closest it's been since the very start.
They better watch Nyes, don't relax there.
Obaseki draws a foul. Now who's it on?
Mr. Cunningham. He reached in there. Obaseki put the ball on the floor. Here he is, put the ball on the floor, drove to the basket. Allen reached in there, got all ball, but the referee deemed him to hit part of the arm or the body. Thus might go to the line with a 1-and-1 possible 2-shot foul.
And they'd love him to hit this first one now. There's the difference, just 1 point. And the Worthing fans will really be tasting blood if they can get a lead. It's closer and closer throughout this last 7 minutes. Obaseki.
Concentration. You got to get up there, you got to believe. When you go to free throw line, you got to believe you're going to put the ball in the basket.
His wife's 8 months pregnant. Hope she's not watching this game.
I think he'll be all right. Nick Cook. Good play.
Stole in. So they keep possession.
And that's a good change. You bring in Nick Cook instead of Baker, which gives them a little bit more offense. Oh!
And it
Nigel Lloyd. Nicely. Arched over Allen Cunningham. Prime time player there.
So it gives them just a little bit more cushion.
And bringing Nick Cook in, they can change defense. They go back to man-to-man defense, where it's not such a big advantage with Baker in there.
Good hands from Cunningham. Fed by Spade, and it works again.
Again, post up. Cunningham, 5 inches taller than Nigel Lloyd, post up. Worthing had the patience. They got the ball into Cunningham, and he put it into the bucket.
Traveling call. Not allowed to make more than 2 steps without bouncing the ball.
Well, what happens is you're not allowed to move both of your feet before you dribble the basketball. And what's been happening is the guys are moving both of their feet before they put the ball down.
This offense will put them in the lead if they can make it. Spade again.
Good steal by Nige.
Obaseki.
That's a good steal by Nigel Lloyd. Mike did a great job of getting the offensive rebound, but he didn't bring the ball up above his head. He kept it below his head. Good foul. Nigel Lloyd fouling Alan Cunningham. But he didn't bring the ball up above his head. Nigel stole the ball, took it down the floor.
So 3 points. Just over 1.5 minutes to go. 1.5 minutes for Worthing to turn it round if they possibly can.
The two spiritual leaders, Nigel Lloyd for Thames Valley, Colin Irish. Colin's going to the basket. Nice! Off the backboard, possible three-point play.
Gets fouled, and he could level it up here.
And again, off balance, out of form, but the guy knows how to score points.
That's what he's paid for, but he produces it time after time in crucial situations, and that's why he's such a valuable player.
Hey, Tough doing a great job for the Worthing Bears. 35 points for Mr. Irish. Impressive numbers.
Yeah. 35. And they're now level.
This is the primetime game. We'll see who stands up. This is why basketball is the greatest game on the planet.
Well, there's no one here who'd argue with that. And when it gets close, there's nothing to rival the last minute or two of a basketball game. And that's exactly what we've got here. The league title on the line here. Thames Valley Tigers. Can they hold on?
Travel.
A little bit of an experience?
Yeah, Nick ran with the ball. He moved both of his feet before. Again, here he is. He has the basketball. Before he put the ball out on the floor, he had moved both feet.
So Cleve Lewis, can they go ahead for the first time?
The thing that's still fine for Thames Valley, they guaranteed the last shot of the game. So everything is still fine. They just need to play tough defense, D up, and come up with the basketball. That's a travel. Good call. Good call.
Cunningham pleads.
It's such a shame because it was great hustle. And he went after the basketball, and him and a couple of his teammates collided. Allen fell down. Here it is, a good defensive play by St. Kitts and James. Allen comes after the ball. They all clash after the ball. Now Allen moves his feet. Travel. They've been calling it all game. The referee has stayed consistent. No problem.
91 points apiece. They could be 30 seconds away from the league title. He can hardly speak. What would you do?
The major thing right now is concentrating on playing defense. You're on defense or you're on offense, you have to concentrate what you're on. Now, what Worthing have to look at and say, there's X amount of time on the game clock. Will we have enough chance to get a shot at the end of the game or not? If we do, let's get the ball in quickly if they score. If we want to miss, let's get the ball down the floor quickly if need be. But the major thing is you have to stop them on the defensive end. If not, then you're in problem.
If it's still level at the end of full time, we'll have overtime. 5 minutes of overtime with all the fouls still standing. And Colin Irish bringing the Worthing fans into this.
Hey, this is great. This is exciting. I love it. I love it. I love it. Somebody is going to be a hero in this game.
And you can say that Colin Irish isn't going to hide in these last 30 seconds. Some players would hide. He won't.
No, I think, when we talked about this is when the primetime players step up. I think what you look at Thames Valley, they're going to wait. They're going to hold it until they get the last second possible shot. So if Worthing does get the basketball, they're going to have to make something from a long distance to win the game. Here it is. You got 10 seconds to go. Going to the basket. Nice pass. Good play.
Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Kevin St. Kitts gets the basket. He gets the foul. And it could be a three-point play.
Hey, that was great on Kevin St. Kitts, but the guy who made the play, Nigel Lloyd, beats Alan Cunningham, beats Colin Irish, draws spade to him. Kevin St. Kitts drives in, puts it into the basket, and is fouled by Kilpatrick Wells. If he makes this, then all he has to do is up on everybody and make sure they take away the long three-point shot.
That's all that can beat them now.
That's if he makes the free throw. He's got to make the free throw. If not, Worthing, all they need to do is just come down and get a basket. It's about making the free throw. Making the free throw is going to dictate what happens in the last 5 seconds of this game. That was a great play. I mean, I think McBeth, he did a great job of designing a play that basically went to his strengths of his offensive players and to Nigel Lloyd. Nigel penetrated, and it was like, Nigel, you do what you think is best. Pass or take the ball to the basket yourself.
Now, how do you defend them now? Because you presume, don't you, that he's going to make the third point here?
Okay, how you defend them is you want to play everybody light until they get to the half court, and then you want to pick them up tight. So before the ball gets to half court, all you want to do is play people light just to use up the clock in the game. Once they get to half court, you then want to pick them up to make them have to shoot a desperation shot. And if I'm Alan Cunningham, what I'm looking to do is speed the ball down the floor. You only have a little bit of time, but you have enough time to get a solid shot. On a miss or made, your job is to speed the ball down the floor as quickly as you possibly can by the pass, because they don't have the quickness and the speed on their team, but they can move the ball via the pass.
And Colin Irish will be hungry for the ball, that's for sure.
And what they've done, they have 4 men down there. And people watching TV, the guy you don't see in the picture, Mark Hubbard, is down there spotting up right now.
And he is the key guy.
Especially if they need a three-pointer. And they need a three-pointer.
Right, watch for Hubbard, number 11. It's Irish who makes it. He's missed it, and that surely is it.
Nick Cook, good play.
Time is out. And the Thames Valley Tigers have done it. They're still in the lead, but hanging on by the flimsiest thread.
Hey, that's all you need is a piece of thread around here. Their fans are happy, their team is elated, and the Thames Valley organization, they live for tomorrow as far as the league is concerned.
But can they stand another match like that?
Hey, if they're winning, I'm sure they can stand another match like that. It was a great game of basketball. I mean, people couldn't ask for any more. It was exciting. It went all the way down to the end. You had 2 primetime players, Colin Irish, ball bounced off high. They still had another opportunity. All right, here, but Nick Cook, he does a great job of pushing the ball towards his basket, which helps to use up the clock.
Wonderful game.
Hey, the people love it. I mean, it's great. Nobody was allowed to leave the arena until the game was over with. The fans sitting there, had a great time, had a great game. And, I mean, you couldn't ask for any more than this. I mean, the guys did a great job. And they were totally committed. And I think both coaches, they did a great job of preparing their team.
And Nigel Lloyd, who did the final pass-through to Kevin St. Kitts that made the difference in the end. As you see, and as you say, a primetime player, just been made most valuable player of the game. No surprises there. Thames Valley Tigers then, the winners. And we'll be talking to Nigel Lloyd and to Coach McBeth after this break.
In association with Sega, the FA Cup semi-final.
Sheffield United are into the last 4.
The Steel City Showdown. Wednesday against United.
Who scored?
Now it's all or nothing. Exclusively live Saturday morning at 11 only on Sky Sports.
Stanley, the best tools you can lay hands on.
Created by Laboratoire Garnier Paris for the delicate eye contour area, Synergy Bio Contour Eye Gel is a unique association of active, natural ingredients, concentrated in a gel, hypoallergenic, With Synergy Bio Contour, shadows are reduced and fine dryness lines are smoothed away. Synergy Bio Contour, the alliance of science with nature. Formulated and controlled by Laboratoire Garnier, Paris.
We're just having coffee.
Well, we finally found a house, Mum, and it's all going ahead.
That's marvellous, dear.
Where's the man who once called me a capitalist homeowner getting his mortgage?
Very funny. Abbey National.
Heavens, no, not them.
What? You've been an Abbey customer for years.
Precisely, they've been good to me. I've known in the local branch. They might find out we're related.
Your son's a responsible adult now, don't forget.
Responsible for turning my hair grey. There are other mortgage lenders, you know.
So, Abbey have been voted the best overall lender for the last 2 years by these guys.
Girlies galore.
Hardly.
I think it's very sensible. A mortgage is a long-term thing. Like having children.
Not the least like having children. When did our mortgage bash the car, or throw up in next door's garden, or flood the bathroom? When did our mortgage lose my passport?
Abbey National, the habit of a lifetime.
I'm on a hair and beauty course, so friends often ask me what's good for their hair. We all know that blow drying and styling is bad for our hair, but we still do it. Well, now I've learnt that really healthy looking hair starts deep down. That's why I was asked to try new Pantene 2-in-1. Pantene combines shampoo and a conditioner with Pro-Vitamin Complex. The Pro-Vitamins penetrate your hair to nourish it. Now my hair has never looked healthier. And it really shines. So when friends ask me what's good for their hair, I tell them to try new Pantene 2-in-1. Pantene, the daily treatment for healthy looking hair.
Deep Heat is back! The hottest dance album with the hottest dance hits. It's Deep Heat 93! Fresh hits from Apache India, Civil and Key West. Number ones from Shaggy and 2 Unlimited. It's Deep Heat 93, the cutting edge of dance.
Tonight in Games World, it's cheat night in the Peep Parlour. Meet the pixelated problem solver.
I'm Madam Pixel.
She and her game gurus can solve all your game's problems.
So, what's your question?
Is there a cheat on Sonic 2?
Completely mad. A level select. Smash it.
There's Big Boy Barry.
Remember, big is best.
And Tony Dolmio. And many others.
I do spoil you so, don't I?
All in the Peep Parlour. Games World tonight at 6 on Sky 1.
It's still pretty hot here in the John Knight Leisure Centre. No one's really calmed down, and that's why Thames Valley still in the league, beating Worthing by 3 points. The league still undecided. Let's go down courtside now with Dan Lloyd, who has Nigel Lloyd and Mick Bett with him.
Nigel, 24 points, man of the match, great individual performance and a great team performance. You must feel very good about tonight's game.
Yeah, I feel very well about the game from the team standpoint because we played a very good game today. Worthing's a tough team, and I think we picked up the tempo and did the best we could, and we came out on top.
I think you got some agreement in the background. Do you feel your team's peaking at the right time here now, going into the playoffs?
Honestly, I think we're building. I don't think we've peaked yet, and I think we still need to build towards it. And this is a good chance to build for Wembley.
Good. Mick, great win. You got your 40-minute performance. You must be very pleased as well.
Yeah, it was a good night for Bracknell basketball. Yeah, the guys played great, especially Nigel, Lester. It was a good performance.
Yeah. So you're going to have to depend on other teams now beating Worthing. You're still in with a shot for the league title. How are you looking to that end with the return match next week?
We just got to do a lot of praying. Maybe Worthing lose another game, and then maybe Saturday for the league. But it's we've lost games that means other people got to do the job for us.
And there the match facts, very much as they were at half-time. Good rebounding from Worthing, but in the end Nigel Lloyd came up with the goods.
The offensive rebounds were a very big key for Worthing, but you have to look at the field goal percentages and the three-point percentages from the Tiger side.
Alan Cunningham's now talking with Dan Lloyd.
Well, Alan, commiserations on a great basketball game. Looks like you're going to have to put the champagne on ice.
Yeah, it looks that way. It's been a tough night. I think the guys played well tonight. I think it was a case of, they said the ball bounces how it rolls. We didn't get the luck of the roll tonight. I think we didn't get a few calls, could have went our way, as opposed to going against us, but that's how it goes, we just have to get back and try and do it.
Well, you were down the majority of the game. You came back and made at 91 all. You had your chance there on that last 30 or 40 seconds. What happened then?
I think it was a case the 30-second clock was running down. We passed it. We said we were going to just move it around, take our time, try and get open shot. I think right before that, I think it was Mike had an open shot. He didn't take it. He passed it to Colin. Collins looked over the clock and tried to get it up quick. Guy got his arm, it goes down. I come up with it on the floor. They say I travel, and there you go, it's history.
Well, as I say, I know it's small consolation, but commiserations, and I'm sure it'll come for you good later on this week.
It will. We're going to go out here. We're going to, like I say, we're going to get this title. This title's destined to be ours this year, and the fans just look out. We're going to be there.
Only their second defeat of the season. Here's how it happened.
Thames Valley Tigers were led by the driving, smooth moves of Mr. Nigel Lloyd and the quickness and the speed of Steadroy Baker going to the basket. And on the defensive end, Michael Obaseki was there to block shots, to power balls into the basket, and to dunk when was necessary. Nige not only scored, but he assisted. Lester James power dunks the ball in. Here we go with the agony. Colin Irish misses. Nick Cook knocks the ball away. And the ecstasy of the Tiger bench.
Yes, this the moment when they knew that they'd done it. Kept alive their hopes for at least a few more days. And Mick bet goes to his number one man, Nigel Lloyd, who made the final move, which makes the league table look like that. Tigers now just 2 points behind, but they need to keep on winning and hope that Worthing lose twice more. Lower down, good battle towards 8th place. Oldham still have a chance, and Leicester, Manchester, Derby and Birmingham got to keep on winning. The remaining fixtures, Thames Valley Tigers got to play the Worthing Bears once more, and the Sunderland Saints. They've got to win both those and then hope that Worthing lose 2 out of their 3 remaining to the Derby Bucks, Leicester Riders, and of course those Thames Valley Tigers. And leading up, of course, to the Final Four, the Championship at Wembley. And in the week leading up to that, we have a Championship preview on Monday, then the semi-finals of the Carlsberg National Championships on the Saturday, the finals on Sunday. From Kevin, from Dan, from myself, Simon Reed, goodbye.
Ready for WrestleMania 9? It's Sunday, April 4th, live only